Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Ashura, and welcome back to my casual playthrough of Dark Souls 1. I was about to say Dark Souls 3. This is episode number 27, being recorded on Saturday the 28th of May. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today, whenever it is you find yourself watching this. So it has been approximately 5 months since I've last loaded up this build and played Dark Souls 1, notwithstanding a 3 or 4 hour live stream I did, Soul Level 1 live stream I did a couple months ago. So I had to spend a little bit of time watching some of the preceding episodes to remind myself of where we are and what we have left to do. Because there's a fair bit left, much more left than I thought. And just as I live streamed yesterday at the date of recording, so the 27th, to begin wrapping up that one loose end, I wanted to get this playthrough, excuse me, I wanted to get this playthrough done as soon as possible as well, so that I don't have anything hanging over me while I start working on my, the final stages of preparation for my comprehensive exams. So with all that said, in the previous episode, we found that Sieglinde of Katarina was inside of a golden crystal golem in the crystal forest, I think it's called. The courtyard right near where the entrance to the Crystal Cave is in the Duke's Archives. And she's here at Firelink, as well as Crestbro, and Laurentius is unfortunately gone. Which reminds me, if you just watched my blind playthrough of Dark Souls 3, you're about to see something similar. Or we're gonna have to start leaving prism stones for the fallen. We also have Griggs, is it? I think it's Griggs. But yeah, let's take them all in turn. First, let's say hello to Sieglinde. And it's nice to see that other people are still playing this. Hi, friend.
Oh, hello again. We're both managing quite well, aren't we? But I haven't found my father yet. Have you seen him? Really? Then I must be off. I'm sorry he's caused you trouble. He has a knack for that. If he'd just stay put. Really? Then...
Okay. So she's off to find her father. And I suppose we will be too, after we finish saying hello to everyone. So recall that this is actually a different build than that which we started the game with. We started with just Aegon, and this is Aegon the Second, because Aegon the First was unfortunately felled by a corrupted hard drive. So yeah, have a new hard drive now. As I may or may not have explained previously, although this save is actually on the cloud, so as to avoid another hard drive crapping out on us. And, yeah, so we may or may not have advanced Crestbro's dialogue to that point. But actually, we're going to leave him for now. And we'll leave Griggs as well. But we will certainly return to talk to them a little bit later. Actually, I'm just realizing that part of the whole shtick for this playthrough was that I was adding my own music, and I had the music on. And I had the volume set for... a live stream I was doing, because I thought that the volume was too loud. But... yeah, I can't remember what the heck I had the volume set at for the playthrough. And it's a very, very important consideration, because the volume levels are inconsistent across all the different Souls games, such that it can be very problematic in various ways. So, for instance, and it may just be a problem with my capture software and my capture card, which neither... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Neither of which are very good. But, yeah, if I have the volume too loud, if it peaks while recording, then it won't allow me to import it into Sony Movie Studio. And as a result of that, I have to basically convert the TS file which it exports, or which it records to natively. I have to convert that to MP4. And that's all well and good, but the problem with that... Oh, lost frame rate town. Oh no. The problem with that is that, for whatever reason... And where the heck am I going here? Well, we are going to Ash Lake, but it's so dark. I don't remember. I think it's over there. But yeah, when I convert it to MP4, for whatever reason, Sony Movie Studio will only accept the audio, it won't accept the video. So then I wind up having to sync the audio between the TS file and the MP4 file. So I use the TS file for the video and the MP4 file for the audio. And sometimes that can be a mess. And if, on the other hand, the audio is too low, then rather than syncing the audio, I have to spend a fair bit of time amplifying the audio. So it's, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, except there is a sweet spot right in the middle in terms of the audio, and for each of the games it's different. So when I go from recording in one game to recording in another, it raises, yeah, serious issues like that. So we have the plank shield here. And it's also going to take me a while to get used to the controls. I'm used to Dark Souls 3 controls right now. Plank shield. Makeshift shield built from wood planks. Provides minimal protection, but at a cost of moderate humiliation. So that's, of course, the shield of Maneater Mildred. Twin Humanities, which we've talked about in a past episode, so I won't bring it up again, but yeah, there's actually 2 illusory walls there, so we found the Great Hollow. I remember when it ends a one-way drop here, or is it? No, it's not. I remember the first time coming here and thinking that the Great Hollow was some massive hollow or something like that. I just want to test something based on what just happened. But no, it seems to refer to the hollow arch tree that we're entering. So there's an enemy placed somewhere in this area that every time you walk into it, the enemy spawns, presumably in the middle of the air or something like that, and then just falls to their death. And it's 400 souls, and I'm going to assume that I'm going to assume it's a basilisk. Okay, it didn't seem to work there. And I'm hitting buttons. I just bought a new PS4 controller. And I was just getting used to the the sensitivity of, yeah, having a brand new controller. And now I'm going to have to get used to going back to the Xbox 360 controller, which the analog placement, as I've mentioned several different points in the past, I much prefer the analog placement, having the analogs on different spots in the Y-axis, than I do having them even as it is in the PlayStation controller. But this 360 controller is a fair bit more worn, of course, than my brand new PS4 controller. So we have 960,000 souls on our person, and I don't really remember how to descend safely here. So this should be interesting. And I know there are basilisks somewhere around here. So I'm curious when we kill it, if it will give us 400 souls. The Chloranthy ring is also somewhere around here. 400 souls, that's right. So yeah, so whichever enemy that falls to its death every time you do that is a basilisk, seemingly. Unless the other enemies here also give you 400 souls. So red titanite chunk, which you use to upgrade chaos and fire weapons. Okay, from here, the amount of falling deaths I've gotten in this place is ridiculous. I'm going to assume that that's just another red titanite chunk. I think we can jump across to there to get it, but it looks... Well, let's try it. We did it. No! Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just a titanite chunk. Yeah, the platforming in this area is problematic to say the least. Gonna have to get used to not having a tool belt. Oh, rip Hollow. Sorry, friend. Okay, so we're gonna drop down here, and then a bunch of basilisks are gonna rush at us. Actually, let's do this first. You can see here this curse petrified person is another player who was playing online and got cursed by those basilisks there. So now it's all about remembering the correct path to the bottom. Nice clipping textures over there. Oh, FromSoft. Okay, so we can drop down there. That looks like it's going to lead us to the same spot anyway, so... You know, we should have spoken with Griggs and seen if he had fall control, because I don't remember who has that. And it is such a long way down here. And just further to what JSF pointed out in the most recent episode of Let's Talk Lore, in the finale of Bloodborne Let's Talk Lore. This is one of those areas that perfectly fits what he was saying about the difference between Dark Souls 3 and its forebears, and that is, there's really not a whole lot to indicate to you that you should be going to this area. So those ones are giving us 481, but I think that might be because of the overkill mechanic, that if you do a certain percentage over there, and the curse mist looks very different than it does in Dark Souls 3. Oh no! See you later. that yeah, if you do it a certain percentage over, like if you go over 120% of their HP or something to that effect, then yeah, it triggers an overkill mechanic, which gives you something like 1.1 the amount of souls that it would otherwise give you. And so that's why we're getting 480, whereas when we killed it with the bow, and when it fell to its death, we were only getting 400. So you could drop down there, but I'm pretty sure that if you have enough HP, you can probably sustain it. But that's a lot of falling damage that we would incur by doing that. So we're going to climb down the ladder here. Stop it. Oh no. Didn't see you there. What is our curse resistance at? 129. I don't think that's very good, but... Oh, the two-handed R2 is different as well. Forgot about that. I thought that we would have already been at the bottom when we climbed down that last ladder, but I forgot about this last little bit. It's really amazing just how enormous this is. You can see the mushroom growths on the side there. And more titanite chunks. And we missed several crystal lizards up top, but of course we don't need any of them at this point. Our build's pretty much set for the rest of the game. We're at level 125. And although most of that is in endurance to ensure that we can fast roll, pretty much wearing pretty much anything. So that's where a lot of our levels have gone, but... Hi, friends! No! The way they fall. Oh, I'm sorry, friend. No! The way they fall is so cute. They're coming after you and then they just sort of fall on their faces. Oh, it's so... No! That one fell all the way to the bottom. Sorry, friends. No. That Havoc's physics engine. The gift that never stops giving. Here comes the big one. The big one is not pleased for obvious reasons. Oh, there's... Yeah. Hi, friend. I don't know if you can parry these guys. I don't think I've ever tried. But, no, we're gonna leave them, because they do not mess around. Wow, I forgot how spectacular this place looks. I mean, look at that. The fact that I'm playing this on the Xbox 360, just wow. I had so many things, I had planned to say so many things about this area, but that was almost a year ago, half a year ago to a year ago, when I first started planning this playthrough. So of course at this point I've forgotten nearly everything that I had intended to say. But yeah, these are the arch trees which hold up the world, which hold up Lordran, and presumably later, to some degree, Dragon Lake, but also Lothric, Dark Souls 2 and 3. And again, very reminiscent of the poles in the Hunter's Dream in Bloodborne. Which, if you've seen Bloodborne Let's Talk Lore, you'll know that I argued, thanks in no small part to JSF and several other viewers in the context of that playthrough, that what we were seeing in the Hunter's Dream was basically that you couldn't see up. And so that the Hunter's Dream was at or near the bottom of the stacked worlds of Bloodborne. I want to see, I've never actually tried, I've always actually fought this thing straight up, the Hydra straight up, but I'm curious to see if it's possible to cheese it. Doesn't look as though it is. If we can do, like, I'm sure there is a cheese out there for them. Oh, okay. Alright, cheese time. Okay, so we're gonna drop a prism stone. Where to stand? No! I shouldn't have moved. Oh no. Oh, that frame rate drop. It's another thing that really screws up recording is, yeah, when the frame rate suddenly slows to a crawl. And as a result, the sound goes out of sync, so I'm going to hope that that's not going to happen. But first, we're going to try and get set up for a cheese here. I'm actually really surprised that we pulled that off. That was not something I had planned at all. But it worked out rather nicely, I must say. Alright. I was in the mood for a hyper mode cheese after having cheesed the Ancient Wyvern in Dark Souls 3. In pretty much the exact same way that I just did there. Let's get our binoculars back. Or actually, I guess we don't really need our binoculars, we have a bow. These trees always struck me as appearing somewhat out of place. Because, yeah, there's greenery down here, but the greenery seems to be moss. As the further up you get in this Great Hollow Arch Tree, you don't actually see it. So, with the biggest threat out of the way, we can more or less just kind of walk around now. So that's pretty cool. We do have to remember, and I'm saying this as much to remind myself as I am to tell you to look out for it, that we need to remember to get Great Magic Barrier. And I know it's inside of a Hollow Arch Tree somewhere. Not this one, but that's Dragon Scale. But it's somewhere. I remember the first time I came down here, picked up all the Dragon Scales. I was like, yes! I can upgrade my Drake Sword. Not realizing that that was kind of a waste. So I see an item over there. Let's go get this one first. I think this is actually around where Great Magic Barrier is, so we might as well go after that first. Another Dragon Scale. But I don't think there's any way we can get up through there. You'll have to forgive me, because even though I do have several hundred hours in Dark Souls 1, close to 1,000 I would imagine, it has, again, been a very long time since I've actually played the game. Having spent most of my time recently playing Dark Souls 3, and prior to that, Bloodborne. So much of the remainder of this playthrough is going to be me rediscovering things. Or just sort of stumbling upon things that I knew previously, but that had since sort of slipped my memory. This place really is beautiful. Like that skybox. Wow. I do wonder what the white pillars of light are meant to signify. It's also strange not having a charge attack anymore. We could cheese these guys, but better off just aggroing them, I think. So even though it's the same enemy as the one we came across in the Crystal Caves, you may notice that, yeah, their model is different. They have a lot more color. And it may just be the lighting in the area, but yeah, they have the same drops, who Twinkling Titanite and Purging Stones. But yeah, there's like purple, a little bit of like pinkish red there, green on their legs, whereas the ones in the Crystal Cave just look kind of light blue. It's kind of cute how they just sit there. It looks like they're just sort of snoring. Okay, I think we're going the right way. This is where we go to get Great Magic Barrier. I'm almost certain. Oh. Well done, Mr. Basilisk. Well done. I forgot that that was there. Oh no, this is where we came from. Or is it? Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, friend, didn't mean to disturb you. Yeah, I'm kind of lost. No, I don't think that's where we came from. I think we came from that tree there. Alright, let's deal with these. These friends over here. Hi! Oh, you and your fancy jump moves. So something I may or may not have pointed out previously with respect to the basilisks is, and if I can get this model in the right position, you can see that right in the center of my crosshair right now, that's its eye. That's its right eye. These things are not its eyes. Those are its eyes. Whoa! Oh, shit. Hi, friend. You got a little bit of blood on you there. I did not see you. Why are you walking sideways? Let's see if we can parry him. I have no idea if they can actually be parried. And it's probably not smart trying to do it, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. I'm sorry for killing your children, I really am. But they came after me. Oh no, it's bad. Again, as is usually the case, I'm playing with virtually no sound. So you may have been able to hear him sort of sidling up on us there. But I did not. So that was legitimately frightening when I unscoped and saw that he was standing right there. Oh man. No, this is where we came from. Or is it? I don't know. I'm so confused. I do know that in order to get Great Magic Barrier, we need to drop down somewhere. There it is, right there. Try and do this without falling off the ledge, which is very difficult. Oh. Standing on air. Oh no. That was close. Okay, we did it. Great Magic Barrier. Miracle of Bishop Havel the Rock. Cover body in powerful defensive magic coating. Havel the Rock, an old battlefield compatriot of Lord Gwyn, was a sworn enemy of Seath the Scaleless. He despised magic and made certain to devise means of counteraction. Poor Havel would be basically turning in his grave if he knew of the Havel mages of Dark Souls 2. I don't think we should tell him. Let's not tell him. And I saw right there an item that we seem to have missed. So before we go to say hello to the Ancient Dragon, let's go see. If we can't grab that, where the heck was it? Oh, it's down there. Pretty sure it's just a dragon scale or a twinkling titanite or something, but since I can't remember, it's right on the edge there too. Yeah, dragon scale. You see like the reflection in the water and everything. Wow. It's really quite impressive that in spite of all the frame drops and everything, that this game still looks as good as it does. I can only imagine how amazing this would look on next-gen hardware. Get on it, FromSoft. Make a Dark Souls, Demon Souls collection or something. I would totally buy that. Okay. It's another sleeping clam. Oh, he's all nestled in a little hole there. That's actually really cute. I never noticed that before. And as I may have said earlier in the series, or at least as I ought to have said, I've never seen Siegmeyer's questline to completion. So I suppose we're about to see if that's about to change. This is so ominous, but that is if you don't know what's coming. So, in the live stream I was doing yesterday, someone mentioned that, or someone pointed out that the dragons and the wyverns in Dark Souls, or I guess just the wyverns in Dark Souls 3, that they have a fair bit of hair on them, or fur. And they pointed out how that seemed kind of incongruent with the wyverns and the dragons and whatnot that we saw in the prior games. And I had completely forgotten what this dragon looked like, but as you can see, it's very clearly got fur. So I guess there's not all that much incongruence there after all. And again, maybe it's just the lighting in this area, but the ashes and the bones and the bonfire here, which is already lit, mind you, which is very interesting. That, yeah, it looks like it's gold. It says, pray to the everlasting dragons, plural. Okay, in order to get a screenshot for the episode, we're going to turn off the HUD and then offer a dragon scale. That's going to look pretty cool, I think. So, yeah, it says Everlasting Dragon, so it's almost as though this dragon that isn't... It's not the well, it could be the Everlasting Dragon, but it seems almost like it's a representative of the Everlasting Dragons, while itself being an Everlasting Dragon. And so, we're in the Covenant, we're allied with the dragon, and yet... And yet, it's totally cool with us cutting off its tail. So, I don't know what that's all about. But maybe this dragon is immobile. Because it looks almost like it's fused with the tree. And this may be something that many other people have already pointed out or noticed, but it's something I'm just noticing for the first time now. First time I've actually put any thought to it. Because, yeah, up until this point, anytime I've come here, it's not been on camera or anything. It's just been me playing the game by myself and going, oh, okay. Say hello to the dragon, get the dragon greatsword, and then, you know, hightail it out of here. Dragon Greatsword. This sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, came from the tail of the stone dragon of Ash Lake, descendant of the ancient dragons. Its great mystical power will be unleashed when wielded with two hands. No, that's unfortunate. So we can't unleash its power because we don't presently have the stats to be able to do that. What are the requirements? 50 strength. And we only have 30. So I think if we were to raise our strength to 35 or something, which we're not going to do. Because I don't remember. I think it's just an AoE attack, but I honestly don't remember what the actual thing is. Oops. Okay, see you later, friend. Sorry for cutting off your tail. So, it's a descendant of the ancient dragons. What did it say it was called again? The stone dragon. So yeah, so it appears as though it's not capable of moving from that spot. I can't think of any other reason why it would just remain sort of passively sitting there, in spite of the fact that, yeah, we just cut off its tail. So I don't know. So yeah, so we've not seen Sieglinde or Siegmeyer, and that is the reason why we came down here. So my hope is that, or my thinking is that we need to we needed to kill the Hydra and maybe reload the area. I might have to have a look at the wiki.Dark Souls wiki to verify that I've completed all the steps, which I'm reasonably certain that I have, unless... Oh, and that's part of the problem of this playthrough, is the fact that we've done it on two separate builds, and I can't presently remember whether we did Siegmeyer's questline, all the steps we needed to do on Aegon the Second. I know we did everything we needed to do on Aegon the First. But then when my hard drive got wiped, that may have changed. But let's see. Either way, this is one of those areas where you can just sort of walk through it, enjoy the sights and the sounds. And yeah, even if there's nothing going on, I've always found Ash Lake to just be so fascinating and beautiful that, yeah, ultimately doesn't really matter. And I sincerely hope that you feel the same, given how much just walking around we've done down here. Okay, this is where we came from. The bonfire is over here. I want to say that Sieglinde and Sigmeyer are supposed to be right here. And I'm thinking maybe we need to reload the area. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a homeward bone and hope that that does the trick. Okay, so we might have messed up. I don't think we completed the event with Aegon II. Where Siegmeyer saves us, quote-unquote, from the Chaos Eaters in Lost Islith. So I'm gonna hope that we're still able to do it. And I'm kicking myself of 5 months ago, or however long ago it was, for catching up, but not doing that part. Is it there? What is he still doing down there? Are you serious? Are you serious, Siegmeyer? Why are you still there? Your daughter's looking for you, friend. He's still sleeping. Okay. Hopefully I'll see you at Ash Lake, Fred. So I don't know. I don't know what I screwed up. Let's go see if Sieglinde is still at Firelink.
Well, hello again. I have finally located my father. All of your help was invaluable to us. Thank you so much. I was finally able to pass on my mother's last words.
Okay. She was able to pass on her mother's last words.
My father, he went on his final adventure. Don't worry, that's just the way he is, undead or no. Sort of reassuring, really. If he goes hollow, I'll just have to kill him again.
So a few things. Sounds like Siegmeyer is kind of a bad father. That he just goes off adventuring in spite of what's happening with his family, that his wife was apparently sick. It's interesting that she uses what looks like a bastard sword while her father uses a Zweihände. And the other thing too is that she says it's kind of reassuring that he still behaves in the same way when, you know, undead or no. And she said it's kind of reassuring, which for me suggests that she's not undead. And she's saying that, you know, even when I turn undead, I'll probably be like that. So that's very interesting.
My father,
Oh, that is so sad. The way she's looking down at him. Oh, no. Like, I knew this was gonna happen, but... Oh... See if I can get a good angle on his face, but it doesn't look like he can.
my father, all hollow now, has been subdued. He will cause no more trouble. It's finally over. I will return to Katerina. You assisted us both greatly. I can hardly return the favor, but please accept this. It's of no use to me now. Oh, Father. Dear Father.
I'm sorry, Sieglinde.
Oh, Father. Dear Father.
Oh. I didn't mean to throw that right at his face. There we go. Well, I guess that's as good a place to end this episode as any other. So, thank you all very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.